So like you say you saw Doctor Strange, and I just wanted to kind of like pick it up from you saying that it sucked, or you feel like it was not a good movie. And I have something to say about that, because I feel about the same way. But go ahead.
Okay, so I recognize that him using that time stone over and over has actually like split reality in certain ways. And I feel like rather than actually, I don't know, man, like when they brought in all the alternate reality characters from like What If and whatever else, to be like the opportunistic, like, oh yeah, it can't exist in this timeline, but in the highest timeline it is. It's not the same, but it's the same. I don't know. I felt like that was a little bit lazy. And then all of a sudden, like at the beginning of the movie, they were just, it was like, fuck, they pulled a whole like, and Palpatine is back, and he's got another Death Star and a fleet. And it's just like they were just kind of like dropping facts like that at the very beginning just to like set the scene. And I was like, oh yeah, this is nice for the fact of information. But if you take from past lore, you don't have to like you don't have to explain all that stuff. You just kind of go straight into it. And that's like what higher caliber screenwriting I feel like is done. Is like it doesn't just like drop a major plot. There's a development, and like the more development there is, the better it ends up being. And this was wild. Like not gonna say it wasn't an entertaining movie. It was definitely entertaining. I just don't feel like it was made for somebody looking for like a B+ movie.
That's funny. As you can see, I'm in my car. But like for me, the like quality, like how you say, like I always look at how the man behind the camera or the lens or the director has tried to put this message together, from even if they started off with the camera focused on a window that is like zoomed in on the raindrops, but the figure behind the window we can't see. Like,
yeah. I know you're describing the scene. Yeah, I got you.
Like I pay attention to all of that, and for what it's worth, like I said, like how kind of like how you said, I actually got kind of mad about the movie, because I was just like, the Scarlet Witch, like,
yeah, bro, they just like offed her as like the bad, like, and that was it. I thought it was going to go further than that. Like you could be like, Strange is starting to go insane a little bit because now he's got to rectify all these different timelines. And I don't know, man, like you could have gotten along like really far, but it ended up just being her trying to steal her kids.
And I guess I would say somewhere along the lines, I don't know, maybe like a little bit past the middle of the movie, I kind of like began to appreciate this idea that was coming to me, like a deeper message that was beginning to appear. And I think it was right when he was brought on council, and he was like, come on, man, y'all gotta let me go. Like, don't you see, like, I'm trying to help. And they're like, we've already looked throughout the different dimensions and realities, and we only find you to be the trouble. So in that way, I was wondering, like, wow, what if you're doing something that you're considering to be good?
My bad, man.
It's all good. I kept kind of talking just for the purposes of the recording, but I was telling you about how when he was brought on council, and then they were like, as we see it, you're the only one that's the threat. And he didn't get it. He was like, I'm here to help. Like, how are you gonna tell me I'm the threat? And that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me that, like, karma is like, it's much more deeper than we think, because I mean, you can do a whole lot of good in this lifetime, and it actually doesn't amount to shit in your karmic balancing. And in that way, like how, like, some of these, like, let's just say, like, the Hindu culture, they are in the idealism, or in the belief that, if you're not able to balance it, you keep coming until you're able to finally exhaust all of that. And in that way, I just thought, like, wow, this is interesting, because you can go, let's just be hypothetical, you can go so many lifetimes thinking, like, yes, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing the good thing, like, and really what's driving you to do the good thing is, like, this self-fulfilling, self-centered energy. And the laws of karma, or let us say these governing principles of karma, are like, they're not going to go for this. It's like you can't hide from karma. It's like it knows your truest hearts of hearts. And this is why they say you have to come to the kingdom with a childlike heart, because what does that mean? It means that you come with no deceit. Like, you come with no trickery, you come with no manipulation. Like, even these people that may have, like, been able to, like, turn water into wine, and I'm not trying to compare, to the one, but there's been others who have mastered certain feats, and we don't, hear about them, but they've done some crazy things, started fire right out of their hand, and just other things of this nature. And it's like, even though that is pretty radical to maybe reach that level within yourself, it is also in the same something that may add to your karmic load, because you're, like, manipulating the reality in order to bring about this phenomena. And therefore, if you've done this enough, your karmic load could be pretty big. But then, like how we were talking the other day, you said you could kind of burn it up maybe in one sitting. So then it gets interesting, because it's like, well,
what do you mean burn it up in one sitting? Say that one more time.
Well, let's say karmic load. Let's call it that, right? You come in.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay.
With a karmic load, right? Every baby, they say, every baby in the womb, even though it's like your brother, your sister, they all act different. And so they say that that's almost in direct relation to the karmic load already being downloaded in the womb already. And so some people, like, literally, they don't get a chance to even recognize this, because what's happening in America is, like, the absolute opposite of breaking karma. It's like everything we are focused in and taught to do is to capture us and to keep us here in so many different ways, because we're always against someone in our minds, or even against ourselves in our minds. And we're always, in a sense, we're split. And so he didn't get to really see what was happening with his karma until the end. And then I think he started to kind of play with it. What do you think?
Can I think about that for a second?
Right. Did you stay long enough to see the credit? And
yeah,
okay,
yeah, I did.
so,
I'm just trying to I was just like seriously considering what you were saying, and so I got it.
No, I know what you mean. I just make sure you had seen it too, you know.
Yeah.
Some people leave, especially if it sucks. But they knew not to make you wait too long. They knew not to make you wait too long.
I mean, at the end when he was like zombie Steven and he was like timeline jumping and he had like the wings of dead fucking souls that he just like strung together. Like, bro, it was badass, but it was also cheesy on a level that I wish didn't happen. Like, I wanted it to be more badass than it is like finger pistols while he's like, you know, like wearing the army of the damned as like a fucking cape. Like, that was badass. I'm not gonna lie, like that was badass. Like, I can't, that's what I mean. Like, I loved the movie. It was just so, the writing like needed a little bit more. But right. Yeah, dude, when he started playing with it, like I don't know, I've thought about what you're saying in the regards of like playing with karma. I don't know if we can play, like, I mean, I guess we can. Who's to say that we can't? But like well,
here's the thing. I say play only because it's karma is seen as like kind of like a bee that you don't F with. And as long as you continue to see her this way, you know, the great bee, life's a bee, and then, you know, you go or something, people say, well, what they're referring to is the overload of karma. They're wondering why does this shit keep happening? Like, I want to have a better attitude, but by the nighttime, my attitude is horrible. I want to have a better job, but every year I keep staying at the same job. I want to break out of this, and then they're not understanding that it's a part of this. It's a part of the load that came when they came here. And it's like as to see it as it is and to truly see it as that, then you will maybe develop the ability to not be so much held by karma, because you understand that you actually need a little bit of it to keep you here. It is like the glue. It's the etheric glue. Can we say that? Karma is like the etheric glue, which is allowing your non-physical self to inhabitate into the physical world dimension.
Oh, dude, for sure.
So,
can I contribute?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I mean, like, in the lines of what you're saying, I've heard of, there's like a book called The Body Keeps the Score. I think I'm 90% certain that's a work. I don't know who the author is.
Yeah, that's for sure the title. I've heard that. Keep going now.
Yeah. There's connective tissue in your muscles called fascia. I guess it's just like your connective tissue, but you have it in your muscle fibers. But like, that's where a lot of hormones that your body produces, whether it be stress or dopamine or whatever, are stored in those fibers. And so it's interesting because yogis will like point to that, right? Yeah, you've talked to me about this, I think, as like, you know, like you're literally releasing toxins when you're stretching your body. Doing a massage, it's the same way, right? Motion can be that. That's what yoga is. But yeah, dude, it's the connective karma, right? Like, it's where the score is kept, you know? And I believe that on some kind of energetic exchange, you know, like accounting system, we want to call karma. I definitely think that there's positive and negative, because there always is. But yeah, dude, when you were talking about all the things you were talking about, I thought about the fascia and I was just like, okay, yeah, that's a yes, like that's true. Right. But
Yeah.
the idea of, I don't know, like something popped into my head that was, you know, it's interesting because like karma, our biggest karmic experiences are supposed to be revolutionary, right? You know, like some people don't want to deal with that shit, but like honestly, all the shit that we've been staying away from is generally like that's time and energy spent. That's the biggest opportunity. And what's interesting is you think about like tackling the biggest things in your karmic experience first. Everything after that just seems easy, right? Like that's what you'd think. And I haven't done this, but like, why wouldn't we dive headfirst into that shit then? Would that like take zeal away from like the pursuit? I guess I don't fucking know.
Well, I've learned that even in what you're saying, and this is where I have to kind of end it because I'm leaving, but I've learned that in what you're saying, yes, logically, that's true. We want to deal with it and kind of get it done with. But truthfully, you have to get to a place of where it's no longer within your reality, so to speak, that you've become so in this that you can't tell a difference between yesterday and tomorrow. It's like everything is now. And you're not concerned about it tomorrow or yesterday because everything is now. And karma is going to beat you to the level of servitude. So much so that they may call you a devotee, to where you finally don't reach for anything in your logical, reasonable, fathomable, just within that comfort, because it's really comfort that you're talking about. Why don't I do something to make me more comfortable? Karma doesn't work like that. So it's here to make you uncomfortable. You you know, it's here to stress you out a little bit. It's here to take you to where you built that level of energy, and how are you going to actually make it come into its own rhythm, okay, so that you can maybe slip between it, but anywho, that's my time. You can't outwit karma, let's say that. You got to somehow someday get out your own way and allow your process to grow you.
Okay, next time we talk about this, I think it would be interesting to talk about the myth of Sisyphus and like the dude who outsmarted Zeus and was condemned to rolling a boulder up a mountain for all of eternity. And I would like to talk to you about that as a form of karma, and if even stuck in that karma turns into its own kind of routine experience, so that like, there's good days and bad days kind of thing. I don't know, dude. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yes, this, I guess, we'll go into part 3, man. Awesome conversation, awesome build. Once again, man, appreciate you.